Hello, everybody. We're very, very honored to have with us today Mr. Gregory Mannarino, a man that knows what's going on in the equity markets, plays them, trades them, and knows them. And as I see it right now, as we're going into March, I believe that we are on the precipice, and it may have already happened, of March economic madness. This may be the month that everybody wakes up, the fraud's over, and so is the game. Mr. Mannarino, thank you so much for being here. What's your take on this?
Joe, thank you for having me. Love being here. Love you. Love your show. I've been a fan of yours, like I said, for so long. I can't even tell you. Anyway, with that said, absolutely. Look, I think what people need to keep in the back, look, this economy, this whole entire freak show is on a knife's edge. And anything can push us one way or the other. What we have here, if you want to just take a quick snapshot looking at the equity markets and the associated risk with that, it continues to rise. It's getting pretty much out of control now. Historically, for this month, the markets are kind of wild and they're rough. But I think there's a lot of effort right now, at least from my perspective, to try to keep this whole thing afloat a little longer. Again, it's a game. We have central banks in here, and it's such a charade. Oh yeah, we're shrinking our balance sheets. Oh, we're raising rates. It's going to be tremendous and fantastic. Our economy is doing so fine. Meanwhile, the economic data doesn't stop. We're in a free fall, not just here in the United States, but around the world. Global economy is contracting. Real wages falling off of a cliff. Home affordability at an all-time low. 68%. This just came out today. 68% of American families could not survive if they lose one paycheck. I mean, this is the so-called strong economy that we have right now. It's over. It's absolutely over. And with regard to the stock market, it's completely disconnected from any kind of reality. There is no price discovery mechanism whatsoever at all anymore. And it's this artificially suppressed rate environment that we have had since the last meltdown that is doing nothing but keep this artificially propped up. It's going to get real. It's going to get real, as you know, and I know, and I think everyone who follows our work knows. But look, it's at a time when they choose. I believe central banks, all of this year, this is a scheme. They're pushing the global economy off of a cliff there. And how do they do that? How do they slow the economy? By their own admission, by raising rates. They got to kill the consumer. Kill the consumer. So they're killing the consumer. People can't get by anymore. Credit card debt, household debt, personal debt, ballooning. It's not going to stop. It's got nowhere to go but worse. This is an extermination. This is an extermination of an entire class of people on a global scale. I'm talking about the middle class. They're being systematically erased.
I agree 100%. The data shows it. In America, back in 1970, some 61% of the people were middle class. Now it's 50%. And middle class isn't middle class because you can't live on it anymore. And you have the 1% that own 54% of all the stock market, the equities. And you bring the 10% in, they own 90. And all we've become, as I see it, are plantation workers on the global plantation of Slavelandia. You mentioned about the 68%. How about the 64% that are living paycheck to paycheck? Middle class is gone. Housing is unaffordable. And what you said is that it's a freak show on a knife's edge. And to me, that is perfectly what we're talking about. It's a freak show. Look at the freaks that are at the head of the show. Who's your top freak in the bankster system? I mean, now there's a real handsome, cool cat. What was his name? Ben Bernanke? No, he took her. And then there was Janet Yellen, Miss Facha Brut. Oh, she came next. And now we got this little arrogant guy, Jerome Powell, who bullshitted that inflation was temporary and then transitory. And now you said it's global. How about the freak show over there in the EU with the ECB head, what's his name? Christine Lagarde. Oh, yeah, if only women were in charge. Oh, Yellen and Lagarde, they're two women. Oh, bankster bandits. Oh, yeah, forget about that. How about Christine Lagarde? What was her last job? head of the IMF, the International Mafia Foundation. Oh, excuse me, Monetary Fund. Yeah. Oh, and there's no inflation. Celente, you're full of crap. There's no inflation. I am the Fed head. There is no inflation. You're full of shit.
Yep.
That's the freak show.
Well,
That's the freak show. And it's a political freak show, and it's a bankster freak. Oh, now, Jamie Dimon, now there's a real man. Oh, that's the bankster bandit. Oh, and how about, who's your favorite? Mitch McConnell? Guy got more chins than Chinatown. Hey, Lindsay, did you come out of the closet yet, Graham? Oh, I'm going to take orders from him. Chucky Schumer, Adam Shit. Look at the freak show, and we're on a knife's edge because of this freak show.
Yeah. Well, you know what they do, and it's an amazing thing. They float out members of the freak show to dictate our lives, to tell us what we should think, what we should feel, where we should look, the distractions, the deceptions, all the stuff that people that follow my work and your work are well aware of is unfolding right before our eyes. And it ain't getting any better. It's not this whole peaking and transitory and temporary. We were sold a lie, and everyone knew it was a lie since day one, who at least follows our work. They knew it was nonsense. It's kind of astonishing. Last week, they floated out Janet Yellen's stain. I call her Yellen Stain because she's a human stain. To tell us that prices are coming down. They tell her the same day that we find out that prices are not coming down, the same hour. They float her out. Oh, prices are coming down. They're dropping. Yes, listen to me because I know what I'm talking about. I'm an authority figure. Yeah. This is what she looks like to me. I can't stand it. I can't look at these people. I can't listen to these people. All they do is lie. They lie and they lie and they lie some more. Like this freak right now, Powell, right now, before the Senate committee, banking committee or whatever, and they got to kiss his feet. Thank you, sir. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for letting us talk to you today. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then you're going to listen to them. Our so-called representatives telling us, oh, it's so important for the Federal Reserve to maintain their independence. They must remain independent. Really? Why? So they can have no oversight? So they can do whatever the freak they want, off balance sheet, on balance sheet, and everything else? You got to be kidding me. This is the freak show. And, it's all distraction. It really is. It's unbelievable. But people are suffering, as you well know. And nothing gets to me and you more than that. Watching the people suffer. And they're going to suffer a lot more moving forward, unfortunately, in my opinion.
You mentioned about being independent, the Fed. They're controlling the government. I mean,
they all have the government.
Yeah. And Janet Yellen, again, I call her Miss Ruth.
Yeah, that too. The ugly face. That didn't even come close to what it is.
What was her last job? Before she's Treasury Secretary now?
Yeah, she was the Fed chair.
Fed head, and now she's the Treasury Secretary?
I know.
What am I, 6 years old? I don't see this bullshit right in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the banksters, once upon a time,